Welcome back to the South Dakota Dynasty. Today we're on the road in Laramie, Wyoming, in the highest elevation in college football. South Dakota has lost 7 straight after winning week 1 against North Dakota, and it's not going to get any easier on the road against a very talented Wyoming team. Today we do have another doubleheader, the 3rd straight, so we'll see 2 games today. The first, of course, will be in Laramie facing Craig Bohl. Last week we faced Chris Kleiman, a former North Dakota State coach, and we'll face another really getting familiar with the Bison program. You can see the impact player, one of them, Toby Cota. He is a senior and a Wyoming native. Let's see if he can make some big plays back in his home state. Under center, it's Sean Chambers. He throws to Rahib Ishmael Jr., and if you recognize that name, that is Rocket Ishmael's son. Wyoming is a great rushing team, really continuing that identity that Craig Bohl had at North Dakota State. And here's a big run. Toby Cota does bring down Xavier Valladay after a 28-yard gain. Sean Chambers is a redshirt freshman. He is a little inaccurate, only completing 52% of his passes, but does add a great dual threat ability. He has 584 yards on the ground. Now it is Valladay. He is a sophomore, and he has over 700 yards and 8 touchdowns, averaging nearly 6 yards per carry. Now Sean Chambers will take off and is brought down by Rakeem Hood, but is able to pick up the first down. Now in a shotgun set, one tight end, Chambers will keep it and stroll into the end zone untouched and uncontested for the 2-yard touchdown, as a great opening drive for Wyoming. J.R. Miller was great last week. He had 259 yards passing on 27 attempts and a touchdown. The big story in that game was our downfield passing attack. Deontay Knox, 4 catches for 164 yards and a touchdown. He was great downfield. He had the longest passing play on the season, a 79-yard passing touchdown and reception. Now 3rd down and 4, we'll go 3 wide with Trent Klemper in the backfield. Miller will throw, and he's off target looking for Tate Wagner. He was open, and we will miss out on the first down. Wyoming will take back over in the offset I, as Chambers will throw outside. He's got Conway, and he is open and shoved out of bounds by Bryson Williams. Conway is the 2nd leading receiver on this team with 428 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now a dump down across the middle for Rahib Ishmael for 10 yards, but not quite enough for the first. They'll go back to a condensed set from the I formation, as Valladay will stretch it outside. Nick Kreutzberg meets him and is able to stiff arm and pick up a couple yards after contact. Another goal to go for Wyoming. They'll pitch it outside. There's Valladay, and he's gonna score the 2nd rushing touchdown on the day for Wyoming, as they have a quick 14-0 lead. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for them. Let's see if our offense can answer back, as here's Jalen Page. Good run on the sweep outside as he picks up 6 yards. Now Ethan Smith will check in. He's definitely seen more playing time lately as sort of an option quarterback. Here's another good run for him as he picks up 11 yards. He is a senior, so trying to get him some more playing time in his final season in college football. Now across the middle on the post route, we've got Delvonte Bell, the 6'4 receiver, for the 19-yard reception. Trips to the left as it'll be Jalen Page in the backfield. He breaks 1 tackle and loses the football. It is Gandy on the recovery, as there's the first turnover. Fumbles have been a big issue lately, and they do continue today as Jalen Page coughs up that one. 3rd down and 9 though for Chambers. He's going to go to the air looking to set up the screen pass. Valladay is there. He breaks 1 tackle, but it is Jeremiah Glover who comes away with the 3rd down stop. Now a quick 3rd down and 10 for the Coyotes as Miller will throw. He'll go outside. It's Deontay Knox this time for 15 yards, as he has really stepped up and established himself as the number 1 receiver of this team. Now we'll have Jalen Page in the backfield as he picks up 7 yards and will be the final play of the first quarter. Deontay Knox comes in motion as Miller has no time. Good coverage downfield and a quick rush there as Josiah Hall gets the first sack on the day. Now 3rd down and 9. Miller, he had a man open but can't get the ball away once again, as good pressure by Hall for the 2nd straight sack on 2 plays for him. Chambers will take off. He's great in the open field. We've already seen that already, as he picks up 8 yards on the scramble. Now 2nd down and 2. Receiver comes in motion as they'll go option, and a great play. There's Nick Kreutzberg, the not really heard from much defensive end. He is a senior, and he comes away with a tackle for loss for 4. Chambers outside. He's got Conway along the sideline for a 13-yard gain. One guy we haven't really heard from so far is the tight end for Wyoming. He has 728 yards, 19.1 yards per carry, or per catch, I should say, as Conway goes aerial there. But he's the Mountain West leading receiver and 7th in the country, but been quiet so far, as there is a big pass reception across the middle of the field on a post for 26 yards. Now they'll go back to this condensed set from the goal line as Valladay's in once again his 2nd touchdown on the day. Last week we saw Jordan Brown score 5 rushing touchdowns for Kansas State, and it's 3 for Wyoming so far on 3 drives. Now here's Trenton Klemper, and it is a 7-yard gain. Actually, I believe it is 3 touchdowns on 4 drives. We did get that 1 stop. Now Miller will throw. He's got Nate Went on the slant, and it's a 14-yard reception across the middle. Trips to the right with Deion Gilbert in the slot. Miller will throw once again, dump down to Libby. Smart decision, as that will move the chains on the 11-yard reception. Now Page will come in motion, quick play action, and the play action is just not working today. J.R. Miller does not have the time, as there's another sack for this Wyoming defense. Now Miller on 2nd down and 19. Down the seam, it's Deion Gilbert for the long reception. It's a 33-yard gain. Beat his man on the release and was wide open. Now it's J.R. Miller. Oh, he's just short of the touchdown, and 11-yard rush nonetheless. It'll be goal to go as Ethan Smith checks in, and he's going to get into the end zone as we get on the board with our first touchdown of the day and cut it to a 21-7 game. See if our defense can come up with a stop as we near the end of the first half. And there we go. There's a big play by the free rusher. It is a loss of 8 on the sack. Too high safety. Looks like a cover 4 look for the Coyotes. Throw outside. Good play there. A disruptive play, as that is Xavier Warner. Our offense will take over with a minute 38 left before the half. And the ball comes out. It's another fumble. It was Logan Wilson appeared who forced it out. Another sack, and no one blocked him. He was just a free rusher. Wyoming doing a great job of bringing these blitz, and it has been very effective for them. Great field position for the Cowboys as they have a chance to extend their lead here. Throw outside, it's Rahib Ishmael Jr. for 14 yards. Now 2nd down and 6 as Chambers is in the shotgun. He will keep it on the option, and he's going to run into the end zone once again, his 2nd rushing touchdown, as he now has 2, and Xavier Valladay has 2 as well. We'll go ahead and just head into halftime down by 21. Offense hasn't been able to really get much going. A lot of pressure from Wyoming, and we'll get right into the second half. 121 yards, 4 sacks allowed. That's definitely been the big story on these passing downs. J.R. Miller just has not had the time. Good blitz pick up there by the running back, though, as there's a 1st down reception for Nate Went. Now it'll be Ethan Smith in the game as Deion Gilbert goes in motion. Here's Pierce Libby. He's got some good blocking downfield as he's able to pick up 19 yards. It'll be Brock Peterson coming in motion, play action, and J.R. Miller errant once again, as that one was intended for Tate Wagner, who is open. But the offense will stay on the field on 4th down and 6. Let's see what they can do. And just a poor decision, trying to get it out quick. Probably was a little hurried up by the previous pressure that Wyoming's been able to get. And it will be a turnover on downs. Toby Cota trips up Valladay, and it's Sylvia Widenar who finally brings him down. Cota definitely making some impact back in his home state, as there's a great play by our defense to force a stop and a punt. 4 wide set on 3rd down and 7. Miller will throw, and he's off once again. At this point, you have to wonder if the conditions are really playing a factor. All the snow on the field, and it's continuing to fall, maybe making the ball a little slippery. Chambers not really having trouble with that, though, as he's got Conway who breaks 1 tackle and is finally brought down by Xavier Warner. 2nd down and 10, I formation with 2 receivers to the left, as Chambers will go quick to Ishmael, as he picks up 10 yards and another 1st down reception. It's Ishmael's 5th catch on the day, as they'll go back under center. Chambers will throw outside. He's got Conway. Still really have not heard from Hartman, which is surprising. I was very worried about that. We've struggled a little bit recovering tight ends so far this year. That and stopping the run have probably been two of our bigger issues, as there's a 9-yard run for Valladay. Now from the shotgun, first down and goal. They'll go counter, and a third touchdown for Valladay, this time from 6 yards out, as the lead is extended 35-7, untouched once again on the touchdown run. Smith in the game, as we'll give it to Libby. He's got some room to run, is able to pick up 9 yards. Let's see what our offense is able to do on third down and inches. The fullback checks in as Smith is staying in at quarterback. He's got a big run and the ball comes out again. It's Hall this time on the recovery, and the third turnover. Early on in the season, it was interceptions from Miller, but lately it has been taking care of the football, as we now have 3 fumbles today. Each quarterback has one, and Jalen Page has one as well. Chambers will throw outside. There is his tight end Harshman, and it is a 23-yard reception. Rahib Ishmael Jr. comes in motion as Chambers will throw into the flat. Good tackle in the open field by Ross Bukowski, as the freshman free safety makes a good play. Now third down and 4, 6 minutes left in today's ball game, as it'll be a throw on a little swing outside. It's Valladay for the first time. DeGene and Williams on the tackle. Drive will continue to go play action and roll out to the left. Chambers looking downfield, keeps his eyes there. Now it looks like he's just going to take off, and he's into the end zone untouched once again. That's his 3rd touchdown, and that goes along with Valladay's 3. We have really struggled with running games this year. I was more concerned about stopping passing games with our undersized secondary, but it's been a big problem with stopping teams' rushing attacks. But there's a good play downfield for Dion Gilbert as he gets loose down the seam once again. Now Miller will throw. He's got Deontay Knox. He gets it away just as he was getting hit, and a good job of staying in the pocket, taking the hit, and delivering it on time. Now a throw outside. Here's Gilbert. Nice move, but the second defender in pursuit does bring him down shy of the first down. Miller in the game along with Pierce Libby in the backfield, as Miller will keep it. He's got some room to run. Wilson in pursuit, and the second defender brings him down, but it will be a goal to go for South Dakota. Now the fullback checks in the offset eye, and David Moen goes into the end zone. 1 run, 1 yard, and 1 touchdown for David Moen, the senior fullback. Now it's Valladay right up the middle. He falls forward for 18 yards. Offset eye once again on third down as we near the end of today's ball game. Only 15 seconds left. It'll be a first down gain for Valladay, and that should most likely do it, and it will. A disappointing game up here in Laramie. You have to wonder if the conditions really played a part in J.R. Miller's struggles, but Valladay was very good, 145 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Chambers added 3 rushing touchdowns of his own. Final score is 42-14. Our offense had some nice flashes, but the fumbles were a big problem in ending some promising drives. We do look at the stats now. 169 for J.R. Miller on 18 attempts, 72 completion percentage, but was sacked 4 times. Running game was fine outside of the fumbles. Dion Gilbert, probably the best receiver today, 23.6 yards per catch and 71 yards. Toby Cota led us in tackles once again. He did have the only sack on the day. But now we will move forward. We'll be heading back to the Dakota Dome, and we'll see this game in today's episode. We'll be playing Texas State. You can see 1-7. They actually won their first game of the season as well and have lost 7 straight. We've now lost 8 straight. So very similar teams here. They beat Southern Miss, lost to an FCS team, and it has been downhill from them. We've played some close games lately, just have not been able to do enough. We do see Ole Miss does take down South Dakota State, who surprisingly drops to 2-6. I was not really expecting that from them. Something that was a little more expected. North Dakota 0-9 on the season, as they do lose in overtime to Ohio. A weird looking score here. The actual score was 31-24. Don't know what happened. That's probably the craziest game ever if that was the actual score. But North Dakota State does suffer their second loss to Washington, and a comeback effort for the Huskies. A look at Texas State's quarterback group. They've played 3 so far this year. Tyler Vitt, probably the best of them, but has seen the least amount of playing time, as Brady McBride will get the start today. But we are back in the Dakota Dome, and we'll see how the Coyotes are able to bounce back after 8 straight losses, but this is probably our most winnable game the rest of the year. You can see 15.3 points per game for Texas State, and we are just a little bit better than that. But hopefully we can play well as we get right into it. We're going to need our defense to play better again. If they give up their season average of over 50 points, there's no chance of us winning today. It'll be a 4-wide set for McBride as he hands it off to Anthony Taylor. He's into the open field. Bukowski has a chance. He gets blocked, and Taylor's going to take it all the way. DeGene's going to try his best, but it won't be enough. A 75-yard touchdown for Texas State, and the story stays the same. Big runs given up by our defense. LSU moves to 8-1 on the season, 4 touchdowns from Joe Burrow. But some even bigger news, number 1 Ohio State loses to Michigan State in blowout fashion. Justin Fields really struggled in that game. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for J.R. Miller. Quick 3rd down, and he's off the mark once again. We just saw in that Wyoming game that he was definitely struggling with making accurate passes. Now 2nd down and 6, swing into the flat, wide open, it's Taylor. He is out of bounds, and there is a flag down on the play. We'll have to see. And it is clipping on Texas State, so that will back them up, and it'll give our defense a chance to make a better play than that last one. 2nd down and 12, here's McBride. He's got Hutch White, who has 38 catches for 592 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now McBride will throw on 3rd down and 3. He's got White once again. Williams misses the tackle. He's still going. It's Jax Montgomery, the 4th cornerback, who finally brings him down, but it's a 32-yard gain. The Coyotes look to be bringing a blitz off the right side, but good blocking there as Toby Cota, our leading tackler, comes away with the tackle. Now 3rd down and 1. McBride will go to the air. He's got a man. It's Haydell in the back of the end zone. It's a 3-yard receiving touchdown, and Texas State has taken a quick 14-0 lead. Took him under 3 minutes to get that, as Ethan Smith will come in the game, and he'll give it to Jalen Page. There's a big run for 20 yards. As he just goes straight up the middle. Smith will stay in the game as Pierce Libby comes in, and Smith will go with the late pitch. He's got Gilbert. He's into the open field now. The option attack, very effective so far, as there's a 36-yard run for Gilbert. Now Miller will check back in the game as Klemper checks into the backfield, and it'll be Miller on the keeper for 7 yards. Now we'll go empty on the 5-wide on 3rd down and 3. Dump down, it's Richie Campbell. He tries to make a move, and he is laid out, but picks up the 1st down on the 8-yard catch. Smith in the game, a lot of movement in this backfield early on, as the pitch will go to Jalen Page. He's hit hard, but hangs onto the football. We've seen fumbles have been a big problem, and now 2nd down and 4. Page just makes his way through the traffic into the end zone, as the Coyotes will get on the board for the first time today and cut it to 14-7. McBride in the shotgun, he'll give it to Taylor. He's in the open field once again, and it is Warner who brings him down after an 18-yard gain. 2nd down and 6, trips to the left for McBride. He'll take off quickly and nowhere to go. It's Pedro Martels, the defensive tackle, on the sack. Now 3rd down and 9 from the pistol. McBride will move to his right, throw back to his left. It's intercepted. Xavier Warren, he's been picked on a lot this year, but he comes away with his 2nd interception on the season. Now it'll be Peterson moving in motion on 1st down and 10. Nowhere to go. Great penetration by the defensive line, as Pierce Libby will lose 4 yards. Now 3rd down and 12. Miller's going to throw it. He swings it outside. He's got Klemper, but nowhere to go as Klemper loses the football there. Luckily, it does go out of bounds. Texas State will take over after the punt as McBride, he's met in the backfield. It's Rakeem Hood. He was tied for the tackle lead last week, and he comes away with the tackle for loss there. Now 2nd down and 14. All day to throw for McBride. He'll chuck it downfield. The 2nd straight possession will be ended by a interception. This time Ross Bukowski. Good return there. Let's see if we can capitalize on this one after failing on last possession. 3rd down and 7. Miller will throw. He goes downfield and misses Peterson. He might have been open. Defender was there. but that's 2 straight interceptions that we have not been able to capitalize on. A great punt by Kenny Matson. It'll be a dump down to Hayes as he picks up the first down. We had 2 interceptions entering today's ball game. We've matched that today but have not been able to score any points off of them. But there's another stop for our defense as it's DeGene who stops the screen. See if our offense can get something going. They started well early on as good catch in traffic. Dion Gobert showing great hands, especially across the middle of the field. Now first down and 10, 4 minutes left in the first half as a good catch there by Trenton Klemper underneath for 6 yards. Now Ethan Smith will check in. He'll fake the give to Jalen Page. A weird little formation, but it does go for a 5-yard gain in fact. Now a split backfield as Smith is actually going to throw here. We haven't actually seen him throw very much. And we go play action as the senior completes it on the wheel route. Now second down and 1. It'll be Miller who just keeps it, and he picks up 7 yards going back to this option game. First down and 10, 3 wide set with Dion Gobert in the slot. And there's Tate Wagner on a tough reception. Tight window, and it goes for 8 yards. Offense continues to move, but there's a negative play. Pierce Libby is met immediately in the backfield and will lose 2 yards. Trips to the left with Wint in the slot. Throw looking for Knox. That one's intercepted, and it'll be a interception down at the 1-yard line. Great play by the defensive back there. Looked like Knox was coming open. Instead, it'll be Taylor who picks up the first down on the 11-yard gain. Let's see if our defense can continue to make some big plays. It'll be McBride on the keeper, though, breaks Bryson Williams' tackle and is brought down by Shadow Hansen. Second down and 6, Taylor will motion out of the backfield. 4 wide set, across the middle for Hutch White. Another reception for him, this time for 11. Second down and 10 as they'll stick with the 4 wide set but go trips to the left. As here is Taylor, he runs right over the defender and continues to go forward. Already 147 yards rushing for Texas State. They definitely know our big weakness. McBride doesn't see anyone open downfield. He'll just escape. Good elusiveness and scramble ability there from the junior quarterback. They'll go to the pistol on first down and 10. Open down the sideline. Here's White, and he's going to sneak into the end zone. Bukowski couldn't get there in time as there's Texas State's 3rd touchdown on the day. The 2nd passing by Brady McBride. Now with 21 seconds left, probably not a whole lot we can really do here unless there's a big kick return. And it'll be DeGene to the outside. Is this what we've been looking for? The kicker misses. It's DeGene in the open field to the 25, 20, inside of the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. We were looking for a big kick return, and we get just that. It'll be second down and 6, only 5 seconds left. Nate Wind in the back of the end zone. On the slant, it's his first touchdown on the season, and we cut it to a 1-score lead as we will head into halftime. A great end to the drive by our special teams and offense to cut it to a 1-score game. We'll get right into the second half as Miller will open in the shotgun throw outside for Tate Wagner for a 9-yard reception. Great job there by the Coyotes to cut it to a 1-score lead, and they will, of course, start this second half with the ball. Now a big run by J.R. Miller. He's not the best athlete, but still picks up 26 yards, as a team we go over 100 yards rushing on the day. Now Miller with time to throw down the seam. This has been very effective these last 2 games, as that time it's Nate Went for 32 yards. Ethan Smith checks in with Libby and Page in the backfield. Libby will get the handoff and just barely doesn't break the plane. It'll be 3rd down and inches. There's a chance we can get a first down here, but it looks like it probably will be 4th down territory, but it doesn't matter. Jalen Page into the end zone, his 2nd rushing touchdown, as the Coyotes tie the game up at 21. 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. A lot of time left in this ball game. There's Hutch White on the outside. DeGene brings him down, but it is an 11-yard gain. Now we go 3 down linemen. We'll go in our dime look as it's White on the reception across the middle, and Bryson Williams brings him down. Texas State, if you haven't noticed, is using an up-tempo attack, and that's definitely probably starting to give our defense some problems. They're probably wearing out at this point. 13-yard reception, though, for the running back. Now from the shotgun, quick screen outside. He's got Haydell, the running back, who's lined up out wide, and he's got it for 10 yards. It'll be first down and 10, trips to the right. 3 down lineman will bring a blitz off the edge, but wide open, it's Hayes. A little bit of a miscommunication, it appeared. Weird man coverage alignment for the Coyotes. South Dakota will take back over on offense. Another big running play and a shoestring tackle saves it from being an even bigger run. Now 3 wide with Gilbert in the slot. Miller will go to the air. He's got time. He's got a big throw. Jared Miller really showing some great flashes in these last few games, making tough throws in tight windows. Really started, I feel like, in that Iowa State game. Now Miller will keep it and show off some of the athleticism as he goes for 15 yards. Klimper checks in the backfield as it's Smith. He tries to get outside and is shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line, but it's still a 12-yard gain on the quarterback run. Now Miller will throw and can't get the ball away. It's batted twice there as second down and 10. Wentz will come in motion. We'll see what Miller's able to do. Maybe has a man open. Instead, he'll just keep it himself and gets the 10-yard gain as he's nearing probably 50 yards rushing. He's been great so far. And there is Jalen Page. He's into the end zone for his 5th touchdown on the season and 3rd on the day. As he had 2 rushing touchdowns in today, he surpassed that in just today's game alone. First down and 10 as it's tied up at 28. It's been a very back and forth ball game. 2 broken tackles there by Anthony D. Taylor as he has shown a great job of catching the ball out of the backfield. Now McBride will keep it here. DeGene in pursuit and brings him down from behind after a 10-yard gain. Trips to the left as Williams is in the slot as sort of a dime corner, and it will be Taylor right up the middle for 17 yards. See if our defense can come away with another stop here as Texas State has it deep inside of Coyote territory. Instead, it'll be McBride in the open field. Hood can't make the tackle. A slow developing run there, but nonetheless, McBride gets into the end zone. Second down and 14. Looks like they're setting up the screen pass. They'll go to Jalen Page. He cuts it back to the middle of the field and will spin forward. A great job there for 15 yards. We've seen it's been a big story. We're really rotating these running backs a lot, along with the quarterbacks as time. But there's a throw down the seam to Tate Wagner. Second down and 6, a minute 30 left in this 3rd quarter. We'll go back to Wagner once again, this time for 24 yards. He got it on the corner route to the outside. Now 3rd down and 12. They'll bring a blitz. Libby's there. He tries to cut it back inside. This screen not quite as effective. And the field goal kicking team will come on. Malachi Peterson has a chance for 3 points. It is good, and that'll cut it to a 4-point game. We'll head into the 4th quarter down by 4, looking for our 2nd win and a way to end this 8-game losing streak. We're going to need big plays from both sides of the ball. There was a chance for one, but Bukowski can't come away with the interception. We do get the stop nonetheless, and we have it in good field position. Already inside of Texas State territory, the ball comes free. Jalen Page fumbles once again, and Texas State will take over very quickly. And we'll see what their offense is able to do. Hutch White to the outside. It'll be Jeremiah Glover on the tackle, as it's a big miss opportunity. We had great field position, and it's another fumble. Early on in the season, it was the interceptions, and right now it's the fumbles. Our ball carriers are not really doing a great job of securing the football. Now 3rd down and inches, 6 minutes left. Throw outside, he's got Tyford, and he is out of bounds. He had a ton of room to run, but Texas State's offense will stay on the field. Let's see what they can do. Throw outside, he's got Jantz, and it will be goal to go. The 4th down conversion is good. And now 2nd down and goal. McBride will keep it. He's going to go into the end zone untouched, and that will extend Texas State's lead to a 2-score ball game. At this point, you may have to wonder if we should have gone for the touchdown. But if Jalen Page didn't fumble it there, then that probably wouldn't be an issue right now. Instead, we're down by 11, 5 minutes left. See what our offense can do on this drive. Couple of big chunk plays. There's another as we're nearing 200 yards rushing as a team today. Looking for the bubble screen, it's Delvonte Bell, the big slot receiver. He spins forward and is just shy of the 1st down. Jalen Page and J.R. Miller in the backfield. They'll go to Page. He picks up the first on the 4-yard gain. Ball is nearing the red zone now. 3rd down and 14 though. Miller has time. He'll dump it down. Had a chance to make it 4th and shorter and more manageable. Pierce Libby does drop it. Malachi Peterson will come on for the field goal attempt. He has a chance to make it a 1-score ball game. There's a season long, and that keeps the game alive. We'll need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion though if we do want to come back though. More importantly though, we need a stop from our defense. And there we go, we got it. Pedro Martels breaks through for his 2nd sack on the day. And it is back to the Coyotes offense. J.R. Miller at quarterback, let's see what they're able to do. Good catch in traffic for Deontay Knox. We have a chance here to tie the ball game with a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Throw outside, Deion Gilbert, 2 open men along the sideline, but it will be Gilbert with the reception. Now 1st down and 10. Miller has it. He has time. He's going to take a shot downfield. He's looking for Gilbert, but it'll be intercepted. Trying to take a shot and tie this game up in one play. Instead, that may just end the ball game as a dangerous play and a great play by the corner. Deion Gilbert didn't really make a play on the ball. Now we have 3 timeouts, so we have a chance to stop the clock. But it'll be a big gain on 1st down for McBride. He's still going. It's Bryson Williams who finally brings him down, and we'll have to use our 1st timeout. One more 1st down will end this game. McBride will keep it on the read option. He hesitates, cuts it back outside, broken tackle. It's a 1st down. He keeps going. What a poor job of tackling by the Coyotes, and that will do it. A tough loss here. We had our chances, 5 total touchdowns for Brady McBride. He'd really been struggling entering today's ball game. But our defense so far this year has been known to make some lesser known players look like stars, and that's what McBride looked like today. We end up losing by 8, 2 interceptions for J.R. Miller, adding 2 fumbles. Only 1 was a turnover though, as Jalen Page and Pierce Libby. We did a good job running the ball. Passing game was pretty good outside of the 2 interceptions. Defense made plays when it really counted, couldn't capitalize on the 2 interceptions. That's probably the biggest takeaway today, is if we could have put points on the board there, we might have won. Instead, Texas State puts up over 500 yards of total offense. They turned it over twice, but our 3 turnovers probably were the bigger story. North Dakota State, though, moves to 8-2 as they defeat Northwestern. Quick recruiting update. Like we've mentioned in the past, all of our open spots in our recruiting class are committed, and it is full, so we don't really have a ton to talk about. One guy who is still on our board, Reggie Mathis, lower rated tackle. He does commit. Only 2 games left, though, in this first season in the FBS for South Dakota. We'll be playing North Dakota State on the road and finishing the season with senior day against South Dakota State. So you can see we've now lost 9 straight. North Dakota State made an excellent jump this year. They did lose to Notre Dame and Washington, but they've taken down FBS competition all year, and Power 5 competition for that fact. You can see an upset in the Pac-12 in a top 5 matchup, and now another top 5 matchup as Oregon will be taking on number 5 Arizona. North Dakota State is just on the edge of top 25 ranking. They do have a couple of key injuries, but they have the depth where it's not a huge deal. North Dakota State, maybe with a win against us, they can move into the top 25. A look at our season statistics: Pierce Libby up to 4.7 yards per carry, J.R. Miller at 142 on the ground, and Deion Gilbert and Deontay Knox have been our best receivers for sure. Now a look at the defense: Toby Cota is still our leading tackler with Bryson Williams in second. Pedro Martel's now our leader in sacks with 2 last week, and 2 interceptions now for Xavier Warren. Pearson Hayes is the quarterback for North Dakota State, only completing 50% of his passes, but very similar to Sean Chambers in that he is a very dynamic runner. Bryce Johnson is a good running back for North Dakota State. Ronnie Thorkelson, in fact, has 7 touchdowns receiving, and Duck Allen, the tight end, has 4. Winston Zinner leads the team by far with 70 tackles. It's Garrett Handel and Greg Brunson, 2 disruptive defensive ends. Brunson has 7.5 sacks, a number of interceptions for this North Dakota State team. But we'll be traveling to the Fargo Dome. It should be a very exciting game. I'm not sure what our Coyotes are going to be able to do against the North Dakota State powerhouse and just the death machine that they are. But today was a fun game, another doubleheader. Definitely a much closer game in the second one against Texas State, but a disappointing loss. We'll have to see if we're able to bounce back against North Dakota State. Hopefully we are and can stay competitive, but maybe pull the upset and get our second one on the season. But I hope you did enjoy today's ball game. If you did, please leave a like down below. Leave your comments on the doubleheaders. What do you think about these? The last two games will just be single games, as I definitely want to highlight the games against North Dakota State and South Dakota State. But it's definitely something we could see in the future in Season 2 and moving forward. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time as we travel to the Fargo Dome.